Hey everybody, how's my levels? I'm still working out all the kinks and stuff for streaming on YouTube, so we don't have a lot of like functionality yet, and hopefully I'll be working on that this week if I decide to continue streaming here. Um, there's no music because YouTube hates fun. So I hope that you all have your own tunes sorted. Why would you want to listen to my music anyway? You know what I mean? You should listen to your own music because music is very important for the soul. Had to turn me up. Man, I like pumped this. I think that's I could make it louder, but that's as good as it gets for now. I can fix that after the stream though. New glasses. No, these are actually my old glasses, but they stay on my face better. The only thing is I wore these to play I wore these to play roller derby in my last game, and they got smashed. A man like smashed them into my face, and now they like don't quite sit properly. They're like a little bit smashed, but they fit better on my face and they feel better with my headphones. So I'm gonna be wearing these ones today. Um, it's a curated new radio station. That's why your music. Oh, my radio is not really curated. It's you don't want to listen to what I'm listening to unless you like a really strange electro pop. I hope everybody has their beverage of choice. I am drinking, of course, delicious coffee, but I also do have water. There is no hydration command. So if y'all want to yell at me in the chat to drink some water occasionally, I would really appreciate it. Uh, are we painting today? Yes. It's something that I was working on Twitch, and got pretty far on, but today I need to work on a very kind of boring part, but I need to do all of the black bits on this fella here. I haven't worked on him in a very long time. But last time I worked on him, I did all those feathers, and that was really fun for me, but also kind of a pain. But they are done. I really like how they turned out. Um, how has no one invented a nerd drink called paint water yet? Ugh, would it just be like the most disgusting shade of brown? I feel like it would be. One Coke Zero in hand, one pesto pizza in the oven. Ooh, I do love a pesto pizza. My God. I'll yell at you to stop holding your breath by screaming, "Spam the blowfish button!" Aw, Nathan, you can chat on mobile. Yay! Um, so yeah, I've also went ahead and applied a white ink inside of here because the last thing I'm gonna do on this guy is actually paint the orange bits. There's gonna be like some orange details on him. So the inside of his jet here is going to be in oranges and things. So, but I want like the internal hottest bits to be white. So I went ahead and put a white ink on the inside there. And it should also make it a little bit easier for me to do like the yellows and oranges building up to orange at like the farthest out bits. But um, so in order to do all of the black details, I need to have black. I don't know. I don't know where my Vallejo black went, but I do have my favorite black now. So we'll go ahead with Army Painter Matte Black. This is my absolute favorite. So we're gonna put that in the palette. I'm working on the dregs of this gray black. That's gonna go in the palette. I'm gonna put um I need more of this color too. Maybe I'll just I'll just mix. We'll put some bold titanium white in there as well. We're just gonna mix it. That's fine. Miniac did drink a custom-made alcoholic beverage called the Dirty Paint Water. Ugh. Hershey syrup mixed with a mix of different alcohols. That sounds like hangover juice. That's what that sounds like. Straight up hangover juice. Oh, oh, I forgot. These have like little agitator balls in them now. I'm very excited about this. This is a brand new bottle, by the way, if you can't tell. This paint was my favorite before. My favorite black before, but now it's... I'm very excited about this. Marketing! The magic of marketing. Alright. He was trying to paint minis while he was drunk. Well, he's going to be feeling that one tomorrow. Ugh. Oh, the agitator makes such a big difference. Oh, I'm so excited about this. All right. Black is in there. Try and get some of the dregs out here of this one. I do have a new one waiting to go with this, but I feel like there's still some in here. Maybe not. I thought that there was still some in here. I've painted minis while I'm drunk. I have two, actually. Amy and I, okay, well, my wife, she lives in the UK, and we did a hobby hangout, and we did edibles and had some drinky poos, and it was really, really fun. I was smart though, and I was like, I'm just gonna do some bases. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. All right, that's all I'm gonna get out of that one. Did you market it? I've literally never marketed myself. Yeah, we had a good talk actually about self-promotion and how both of us are extremely bad at it. Exciting news for all of us here that are interested. My latest trip to play on tabletop, the battle report, is going to be out probably this week. Thursday or Friday, more than like probably Thursday, because Friday they usually do the live streams, I think. But do they live stream after the premiere? I don't know, but probably Thursday. I'm very excited for everybody to see that because that's a Crusade style game. And it's just really funny. It's weird, and I get to play with my great friend JT. And it's like it's a nail biter to the very end, so I think people are really gonna like that. I feel like a lot of my games actually on Play On are like nail biters to the very end. Okay, these details are all pretty small, so I'm gonna bring out my number 2 and my 0 from Rosemary and Co. These are Michael Klein paintings. These are very cheap brushes, but they're my favorite. So these are the brushes I'm going to use for this. Probably going to do most of this with the size 0. I haven't decided, like, because I wet blended all the armor. I'll probably end up also wet blending a lot of the black bits. Maybe not a lot of it, but like some of the iconography, I'll probably wet blend. Anything that's kind of flat with no texture, this I'll probably not wet blend. I might do a little bit of wet blending on the feet. Definitely in like these bits in here, I'm gonna do some wet blending as well. There's actually not that much to do. in black. I mean, there is, but not as much as I had worked it up in my head. What's the difference between regular acrylic paint versus Games Workshop paints? This is a great question. As a teen, I got myself paint from the craft store. So the difference is how finely milled the pigments are, and generally it's a better medium as well for what we do. So because with craft paint, the mediums are not um finely milled, they can tend to clog up the detail on your miniatures. Um, Not saying you can't use them and get a good result, because a lot of people love uh like white craft paint, because white generally sucks no matter what. Um so like they do have a place for sure, and they're great for like terrain and stuff like that. um so oh, yes, Nathan. Can't you just do that? Oh, uh there. Um, so yeah, they're really good for terrain and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, in general for miniatures, craft paint is going to clog up your detail a little bit. But oh, I guess I should bring you closer to. Why am I? Okay, let me mess with this a little bit. Let me bring us up like this. Do that. How's that? That feels better. Um, but at the same time, if the cost of like miniature paints is prohibitive, um, then by all means go with craft paint. But you have to water them down and do like several layers in order to get the pigment payoff and not clog up the details. Did your hand control just not work anymore, or did you manage to still paint the mini? It felt like once you look up from the hobby, I don't understand what that means, Jude. Um, I watched the early access. It was great. Hey, how's it going, friend? Um, I have not watched the early access because I generally like to um watch with everybody else during the live preview is kind of what I like to do. It's Crusade is definitely most fun, and you know they go all out for their yeah. It's I think that people who only really know match play might have a problem with the particular mission that we played, but I think for the narrative and the storyline, it was really really fun. Our games are not nail biters. Um, Sometimes they are. I feel like sometimes they are. Hey, Fleshhammer Minis, how's it going, friend? I like what you're working on. Hey, thanks. Yeah, it's not for me. It's to match somebody else's existing color scheme. But yeah, it's a really fun piece. I don't have to do the basing either, which I'm very excited for, because it's got to match. an existing army. I'm very excited because like I like doing scenic bases, but it's so hard to like do a base to match somebody else's army when their style is so different than yours. So I'm like trying to keep up on the chat, but also still paint this guy. Maybe wet blending is like not the best idea since it's like kind of time sensitive. Oh, talking about painting miniatures while drunk. Gotcha. Gotcha. No, I think it wasn't an issue, honestly. Um, GW loves to make cool models that I want to paint. I feel like you should paint this one, Nathan, because he also looks like a sad boy, you know? Yep, painting this or somebody else. Raptors chapter Phobos Marines for Kill Team. Oh, nice. Is that the new models? The like heavy intercessor dudes? I did the typical start a new project before finishing the original. Yep. Are you ever really finished a project though? That's the real question. I think no. It feels like it's been forever since we've interacted. How's life been for you? Life has been crazy. Way too crazy. Um that's all I'm it's nuts. Yeah. You could Chromax them? Absolutely. More recon types. Nice. It is snowing today. Which makes it painful for me to sit here, so I might have to get up and move around a little bit. Um, maybe maybe every hour or so have to get up and do a little move. Oops. Too much. Too much to juice. Okay, well, we'll fix that. We fix it. We try again. Oh my gosh. Gosh, I'm so good at this, you guys. You know what? I'm just gonna say that's good enough. That's good enough. We good. You're an uncle now. Congratulations. That's awesome. You enjoying that new role? So when I'm doing a new part, I haven't like quite figured out the process. I usually start near the feet. So it gives me more time to like figure out how I want to do stuff before I hit the actual like face and the parts that actually matter. Um Good enough is good enough. Yeah. I mean, with my new Tyranid army, that's definitely how I am embracing painting them. She's 3 now, is very good at being annoying. Still adore her. Aw. Love to hear it. That is a fun age too, where they're like starting to find themselves. Oh, of course I didn't eat before starting to stream. Solid choice as always. Dan, I think that the painting handle that you made looks really cool. So, I'm not gonna do a lot of the details kind of like in between. I figure we're painting black. There's no point in really highlighting the stuff that's in really heavy shadow. So, um, and I don't actually want the black to be, um, like the focal point on this model. I want people to be like, "Oh, look at how cool that the blue looks." That's what I would prefer. So, um, I'm not going to be doing too much highlighting on most of the black bits. As I get closer to the top, I think I'll do more. And probably I'll do more on the insignia. Because I think the eye is pretty drawn to that. You also got a real job now. So finally make money to pay for my hobbies or just pay bills instead. And welcome to adult life where we all gotta pay the bills. Yay. Um, there's so many clever designers out there and so many tools for hobbies that people have designed. I love printing useful things. I also really love cool, like printed useful things. I have this like it looks like a pillow, but it's 3D printed and it like holds my phone and has like a little hole out the bottom for charging. Um, my friend Jordan printed it for me and I love it. It's so cute. I actually have seen Nathan use it quite a bit. Okay. So, I see I nicked a little bit in here, so I'm going to clean this up carefully. 3 sizes. Yeah, I have this set of handles that my really wonderful friend Tom had his father-in-law make for me. Um, his father-in-law is no longer with us, so they just have a little bit of an extra special place in my heart. And I don't know, I just really love like how easy it is to manipulate the model. So if I'm painting one-off models, I will use these. They're really impossible to like switch on and off if you're assembly lining. So, and I'm doing assembly line like I am painting these fellas here, I will almost always put them on the Citadel handles because they're just easy to flip them on and off. But these ones feel better. I much prefer to use these ones. All right, I'm gonna paint this insignia, but it is nerve-wracking. So I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna try as much as possible to use the like base part and the handle to sort of support myself during this because so much of the model is painted to completion already. I don't want to pull up any of the color that I've deposited on it, so I did pretty good at like not nicking this part. That's good. Just clean it up a little. Get the blue off. Give me a nice clean base to start doing highlights. How do I attach them to these handles? With Oohoo white sticky tack is how I do it. All right, so I'm going to attempt to do a bit of like wet blending-ish here. I'm not going to do too much on this side. I'll do more on the other side. Anyway, so it's raining here, and one of my favorite things to do is cook. So I've got my beans on. So I'm doing burrito bowls tonight. I feel like when it's like snowing and kind of shitty and like wet and damp, I just feel like I want something kind of spicy. So those will be cooking all day. It's actually kind of nice to paint this like detailed and kind of try hard after painting my nids. So I'm painting a new army, because of course I am. And I really wanted to challenge myself to paint it to good enough and like not worry so much about painting it to a crazy standard like this. Um, and it's been really refreshing to do that. Ooh, this is an Elmer's household. Well, tell Elmer's to make like sticky tack that works as good as ooh. Ooh, woo! Hey, Mark, how's it going? Um, I'm thinking if you wanted a handful more with with this shape and those grooves, I could try designing a handle like that. Like for use when I'm assembly lining, that would be amazing. I find it's just easier to manipulate like in 360 with this kind of shape. The um the classic Citadel handles are fine if you're just like doing this, right? But when you start to want to like manipulate it in like 360, it gets a little bit harder. Whereas these ones, it's just because you got the grooves this way, it's like a lot easier. I'm always astounded at how fine your work is. I'd be painting with crayons over here. Um, I normally don't paint like this though. Like my armies don't look like this. I only ever devote this time to to other people's models. I ain't got the time to paint like this for myself. But I will devote this time to other people. Why? 'Cause I only paint for people I love. Don't highlight that side yet, you potato. You potato. Elmer's makes the most delicious, I mean stickiest products. Um, sure. You eat some questionable things there, Nathan. Oh my goodness. Let me try and fix this real quick. Let me try and fix this. Okay. Currently making some beef stew. Nice. Tape salad. That's right. Tape salad and glue soup. Hey, Vale, how's it going? Hey, Gear Guts. It's looking lovely in proper winter chill vibes. Yeah. It is snowing here. We've had one snowfall so far this year where I'm at. It's snowing right now. I don't think it's gonna stick. It says it's 1 degree. I don't think it's gonna stick. But we'll see. It might. Yeah, the weather where I live generally is pretty good until January. Then we get like more snow, then it drops below -10. I don't know what that is in freedom units. Um, so far not bad though. It's been very mild here at least. -10 is precisely GTFO freedom units. Says the man that lives in Arizona, right? You have an idea for me? You didn't text me? Okay. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'll just give you control of my computer and you can like do it, Nathan. We got 6 to 8 inches overnight. Blech. Expecting around the same again tonight and tomorrow night. Blech. No, thank you. See theme in the forecast. Probably not that bad as 0 degrees is 32. I have no frame of reference for that. And I still couldn't find my voice. More than just Alright. Okay, I'm gonna do some edge highlighting. It's gonna get quiet. I might curse. I'm sorry. Um, I'll be done soon though, and then we can get back to painting fun stuff. It's just nerve-wracking. This is not as raised up as I would like in a miniature, but I mean, I understand why it's not. It's difficult. These new miniatures are so detailed. Like I was actually thinking about making a video on like detail fatigue in miniature painting. Um because I just don't know how people can like paint to this standard for their entire army and not just be like, "Man, this sucks." Sometimes that's how I feel. Like sometimes I just don't want to paint to this level. I mean, most times I don't ever want to paint to this level. It's like all right to challenge myself sometimes, but um like generally I kind of just want to get them done. You know what I mean? See what I'm saying? I'm thrown down. For the fear of the pain. Okay, so I'm gonna get these. It's got all these little bits here. I'm gonna hit this. I feel like that's too dark or too light, so I'm gonna blend it a little bit out here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Minus 10 equals 14. That's like when pain season goes away for me, is when it's like minus 10 or colder. Which, so January is normally when I start to feel better. Nobody knows what a freedom unit is in real words. Eldari Scooter Dude is now going to be my third mech gun. Oh, interesting. Now I keep bashing a trio of wild smasher guns. Hey, Ben, how's it going, friends? How's it going in the office? How was the morning scrum? How was everybody? It's been speculated to snow in my part of the States. So far, no snow, just rain and cold wind. Hey, Inquisitor. It's going pretty good. Hey, Gear Guts, I'm printing out your Mech Daddy C. I'm very excited. I'm also very excited. I have to do brushstrokes between breaths for edges, highlights, and details. Yeah. Detail fatigue sounds like why I paint everything camo. Yeah. Office is grand. Scrum was quick because Nick wasn't there. Ooh. Ooh. Just finished an edit, waiting on exports now. Nice. I know. I'm very excited though because Nick apparently was like taking advantage of Black Friday and got our tickets to GameCon Canada. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. Wait, Dan, are you doing orcs now too? Yeah. It's gonna have a full 2,000 point army immediately. I love too because he was like, "Oh, I really need to recruit Nathan to help me paint this thing," and Nathan has not been recruited yet, and it's already being printed. No official rules. I mean, Gear Guts has rules for it. You could ask Gear Guts for the rules. World Leader Lord on Juggernaut, I just choose certain bits to not paint in greater detail. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do too. It was so much fun. Ben, are you guys like, is the editing team gonna be going as well? Because that would be so fun to have you guys there again. gonna get the rest of my Templar. I can decide, oh, mom and dad are fighting in the chat. If this year goes well for the whole team, I think Tack wants to bring everyone. Yes. I can't wait to see you all again. I hope some of you choose to play in the narrative, though. That would make me so happy. Hola! ¿Cómo estás, Guardcast? That looks so cool. Thank you. It's weird you're here because I actually had a dream about you, kind of, last night, Scary. So I had like apparently texted you and you were like, "Oh, I'm just about to start a game on TTS or whatever." And then you send me like a frantic text message that's like, "Oh my god, we're being bombed" or whatever, and like then like the whole world was at war, and then I was like, this is got to be a dream. And then so I woke up and I was like, this is very odd. Anyway, nice to see you in the chat, my friend. uh I don't know if I can do the narrative tournament, but I'm absolutely hopping back into the Coliseum. Didn't you win? Didn't you win last year, Ben? I wish there's a way to do the narrative and the Coliseum because more is more and I want more. But I think you can do Coliseum on Friday and then the narrative starts on the Saturday. More is more, that's true. More is definitely more. Satiated. Second place. If that happens, I would very much be down. I love seeing the narrative tournament. Yeah, the narrative is where the fun is at, honestly. I need to do some work on my costume, too. I have to do that probably sooner than later and try to figure out something that works better to affix everything to it. And if I can maybe find a way that makes it easier for me to go to the washroom instead of having to like take literally everything off of my costume and then put everything back on. Like maybe I can permanently. Oh no, I don't want to permanently affix my shoulder pads because I'm gonna need to wash my jumpsuit. So I don't know. I'm gonna come up with something. I'm back and forth between tournaments, commanding my men to die on multiple fronts. You're going to participate this year in the narrative? Yes, Dad! Let's go! Going to get some taters. Oh, I love taters. Don't be terrified. You're gonna be in great hands. Everybody is super nice there. Like, if it's your first event ever, you've picked the best one. Um, like my only advice is to like make a list now, start painting it now, start playing it now, and don't change it unless you have to because of like FAQs and stuff. That's it. Just like make your decision now, just get your models together and just play it nonstop. Don't play anything else, just that list. Because if you don't have to think about your rules, then you can think about the story and just like kind of relax, and you'll just have a much better time. Velcro or massive magnets, don't get me started about my costume in the washroom. Yeah, I think there's like no way that you can really make going to the washroom in a cosplay easy. I don't know if I will do anything for this year. I'm just excited to hopefully go again. I hope you guys can go again too. I have my list 85% printed and also set up in TTS. I'm trying so hard to learn it. Do you want to play, Dan? Do you want to play it? I can bring my orc list and then you can like have fun killing stuff and learn your rules. It was a Lord of the Rings reference. Oh yes, taters. Taters? All right. I don't actually feel like I'm making very good progress here. I've been at this for an hour and I've painted not even all of one leg in this color, so that's exciting. Um, it's just more fun to chat with you all, you know, and do all these teeny tiny little details. If only my list was fully printed. Oh, wow. Backpacks to more chain stores and some units are sitting in bags here. Mom and dad are fighting. I don't like it. I'd love to play sometime. It would be an evening after kid bedtime. Well, with the time difference, that's perfect. Because it'd be earlier for me. Dad's beating mom. They're not here. No, Daddy is. Wow. Not the moneymaker. Wow, you two are unhinged. Something I'd like to do one day is come up to your part of the world and play a game of 40K with you. Um, I might try to actually go to a narrative tournament in Grand Forks in the summer this year. I think it's usually in August. Um, and I would really I'd missed it last year, and then the entire time I was like, fuck. I really wish that I went to that tournament. So I might try to go to that one. I'm really trying to focus my efforts on, yeah, time and painting, you guys. I'm really trying to focus like my time and money investments for Warhammer into weird formats. So, um, I'll be working at Edmonton. I don't actually get to play, but I do kind of get to play. So I'm gonna be working there. But I would not miss it. So even if PlayOn didn't want me there in like an official capacity, I would still go to that one because it's the best. Um, and then team tournaments. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence about it because my team is really good and I'm not. So I always end up like playing people who are just way out of my ability. But I do enjoy hanging out with my homies, so like I'll probably still do team tournaments. Um, I would like to do doubles tournaments and then narrative stuff. So I probably will not be doing like competitive singles um anymore. Just because I don't find them that fun, and then like the people that I go with are like Warhammer famous, so they always spend time with like really good players talking about the state of the game and stuff, and then I oftentimes end up spending my time alone. And that's really sad and lonely, and I don't want to do that. So I don't think I'll be doing competitive singles anymore. Um, And yeah, that's kind of like my focus, I think. I do. That being said, I have an RTT this Sunday coming up, so I need to. Oh shit! I need to decide. I need to decide if I keep playing my tank list, which I'm kind of like leaning towards, or if I bring my ridiculous 2 Workout list, which I haven't played. I haven't even checked to see um what the points have changed on that one. So I don't know. That's also, I guess, an option. I haven't decided. Other plans to meet with 40k players in August. Ah, okay. To be fair, we were doing something pretty freaking awesome in August. It's true. It's true. Domestic violence. If you, yes, Dan. It was a comedy bit for comedy. I think everybody. I think everybody could get that. Yeah. All right. Back to the task at hand here, which is cleaning up this pistol in the back here, which is very difficult to get to. Good enough. I'm calling that good enough. I don't want to mess that up anymore. Spam the tanks. Yeah, I mean, it's a list that I'm comfortable. You know what? I'm just gonna bring the tanks. It's a list that I'm comfortable with. It's already packed. It's ready to go. I don't have to think about it, which means I could have some drinky poos at lunch and then come back and have a great time. Yeah. I don't need my wife arresting me because your wife is a cop. YouTube can be an a-hole. Yeah. I'm taking a break from competitive to learn Trench Crusade. Nice. Yeah, I like kind of want to do weird format stuff. I wish I liked Crusade. I might see if Nathan wants to do like some Crusade live stream games here. Teach me how to do Crusade so I don't feel like such a potato when I look at it. Because I look at Crusade rules and I'm like, how do I even start to make sense of all this? So I might need my hands held a little bit. Imperial Guard player who thought about playing an all tanks list. I personally want to see someone play an all tank list. It's not all tanks. It does have a few pieces to like be better at holding objectives and get secondaries and stuff. So it's not all tanks, but it's mostly tanks. Yeah. Remember how you didn't want to swear on stream? I should have like a little swear jar. Uh, and like each time I make a curse word, people can call me out on it, and I can like digitally dump a little coin in it. Or I could set up one of my other cameras and port it in with like a little jar, dump money in it. I'll teach you what I know. Okay. I think that would be fun on stream though to do like some Crusade games. Not with Imperial Guard though. I hate the Imperial Guard Crusade rules. So like maybe Tyranids? Lubin! How are you doing, my friend? I wanna be. Okay, deep breaths. put in a bleep sound effect so anytime you swear the sound effect goes off. I hate the Imperial Agent rules for Crusade. Yeah, you have to find something else. I'm also rocking a blanket. Hell yeah. Nice crochet blanket. It's like basically in my channel colors. Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful orange, golden colors. Yeah. So ever since I lost a bunch of weight, I'm gonna preface this by saying for a while I thought ever since I lost a bunch of weight, I'm like, man, I'm always really cold. And then I thought back and like my mom reminded me, she's like, no, you're always cold. Your hands and feet are always cold. So um I'm starting to think like I might have some sort of like condition because it could be like 40 degrees in the summer and like your girl is cold. So I'm probably gonna have to like go to the doctor here soon and be like, yo, homie, what's up? Figuring out some crusade stuff, doing bits of scheduling work. Scheduling is making my brain hurt a little bit. I love doing schedules and stuff. That was like one of my favorite things to do when I was managing my store. Every time you swear, you have to scream Cadia stands and smash a garden. Oh no no no. Mm-mm. No 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 no. Especially as a rogue trader and not a stuffy inquisitor. Yeah. Also a crochet blanket. Yeah, because crochet is like metal. It's metal AF. Okay, deep breaths. Whew. So I'm not doing too much on the black. Like I said, I just wanted to do wherever I see some really harsh lines, I'll do some edge highlights, but I just really don't want the black to be the focal point. If you know what I mean. I really want people to look at like the white armor and be like, dang. Well, white, blue, I see white, blue, but and be like, dang, homie be looking real nice. Do I have fingers or toes that go numb? No. And don't warm up with the rest of your hand unless they're near warmth for a long time? No. I'm just always cold. I have a feeling that I've got some sort of like dysregulation with my nervous system because I've got a lot of like weird things that happen and I just generally kind of have something that's bothering me that all these things seem not related. So that's my theory, and it's if that's the case, it's something that's very hard to actually diagnose. Um, but and I've been tested for a lot of like the common sort of problems that these things could be, and like everything comes back negative. So I do kind of feel like I've got some sort of weird like nervous system stuff going on or autoimmune stuff going on. Well, I know I have autoimmune stuff going on, but since when did you start playing Raymond Guard? I don't. I don't. probably ruled out a thyroid issue. Yeah, my thyroid is awesome. So you don't have vasospasms. I kind of ruled out Raynaud's. Yeah, my so I'm adopted, but my grandfather had Raynaud's, and it's not that. It's not that. I can tell you for sure. That ain't it. That ain't it. Guaranteed. Just painting the model because you want to. I'm painting it for somebody else, actually. So it's to match their army. Sometimes for stream projects, I think it's kind of fun to like paint different things. Oops, rather than like stuff for my army, because like you can only see like guard and orcs and stuff so much before that starts getting kind of boring. Um, so I'll sometimes pick up like a weird project here and there. Um, for stream that is not for me. It's for somebody else. It would last longer before being burned by their jump hack. This model or the jump captain? I don't know, because the feathers could be some sort of like crazy fire resistant Xenos bird or something. So maybe this guy. A friend of mine is painting a looted Lehman Russ tank that I bought and made to look like one of his tanks. Aw, that's so cool. So it's going to go in your army? I think when Nathan gets back, I'm going to take a little self-care break. 'Cause I'm going to need to um stretch out my knees a little bit. Body management is like top priority for me in these streams. I don't know how people can do like super long streams. Like I could probably do 8 hours. And I think that would be like the longest I'd be able to physically do. I'm just too broken now. Like I haven't been able to do roller derby since the summer pretty much. I did the very first practice and like got rocked and I was like I can't. And then I had a big fall. When did I have that fall? October? November. No, it was last month. I had a big fall and like my landed right on my knees and now it's like taking forever to heal cuz I'm old. Hell yeah, it is nice. That's gonna be so cool. I love having little like nods to things in your army. Like my it's in my list for the weekend, but my executioner Lehman Russ is like the only tank that's all mucked up because that's like the Warmistress's sick ride goes to battle. Like that's her command tank essentially. So she went to GameCon last year. Um and yeah, so she's like a narrative piece. I played 2 games against him with my orcs, and he's always brought a couple Lehman Russ tanks, so I'm doing some proper orky thinking and getting into good loot. Nice. Shortly after turning 40, I pulled a muscle in my chest hugging my son. I feel ya. Yeah, it sucks getting older, but um, I'm doing like a lot of work to try and figure out how to like manage um how to manage like all my weird arthritic bits. My goal is to go as long as possible without like really heavy pain medication and to put off knee replacement for as long as possible. It's like my goal in life. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far. But the hardest part is like just not being able to do the things that you love. That is the hardest part. Like I haven't been able to roller skate since I took that fall. I think I'll be able to roller skate again, but I don't know. That fall might have been like the end of the line for roller derby for me. And it's funny. I think like I probably would have been able like I think I probably would have been okay if I had my like roller derby gear on, like if I had my big expensive knee pads on when I took that fall, but that was like raw dogging straight to their arthritic parts of my knees. I think I've got like a I've got like a bit right here on my kneecap. This is where my arthritis is, by the way. It's like right here. And I hit, and I've got like a piece on my knee right here that I think it's fractured, but like it's on the kneecap. It's just even if it is, like there's nothing that they can do. Um, Stop playing with it, Tanya. Um, so and of course that's just out living. No, I don't even have a cool war story about it. Have you thought about coaching to still get the time, but being more cautious of yourself? I don't think that I've got the experience necessary. I could be a bench coach. I could definitely be a bench coach. I don't think that I could be an A coach. I definitely couldn't be strength and conditioning coach because I don't give a flying F um, about that stuff. So, I mean, potentially, but I mean, there's coaching staff already, so I don't want to step on toes, and you know, and I can fill my time with other stuff and just skate recreationally. It's not a big deal. Plus, like, roller derby's all co-ed now, and I got really beat up in that last game that I played. Like, super beat up. So, I don't know if I just think I'm too old for that now. I'm back. Coaching is a great idea, though. Nathan, I'm just gonna run and do a quick little break. I just wanted to wait until you're back so you can kind of monitor things for me. But don't need to top up there. I'm just gonna do some stretches, use the little girls' room, and I'll be back shortly. I'm not gonna switch the screen back though. Um, so just like talk amongst yourselves and make friends, and I'll be right back. All right, she's back. Oh, once I finish making stew for dinner, I'm gonna try and finish up my Lord on Juggernaut. Very cool. Has anyone seen the GW parody news clip about protests for Ultramarines mod? I have not. I've been like fairly disconnected from a lot of the Warhammer community articles and stuff that come out. I just feel like it's an overwhelming amount of data to try and stay up on, and um yeah, so I just tune out basically. Uh Especially getting ahead of whatever happens for Grotmus. Um I can't really talk about a lot of that's the other thing too is like I can't really talk about a lot of the stuff that happens on Warhammer community because like I have an NDA. So it's really hard for me to be like, have they talked about that yet? I don't know. So it's just like generally I just don't interact with a lot of the Warhammer community stuff. Why like guns are just completely overrated? And then there's me. I'll take all those guns. Even my orc lists are like stupid gun shooty lists. So I'll take them. Melee is best. I barely know how melee works. I mean, it doesn't work for me. I have no idea what I'm doing with melee. I use the charge phase to get on objectives. Do enjoy a good brawl, but rockets. Nothing else to add, just rockets. Rockets are pretty rad. A glass base and UV paint? Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna have to start working on this chess piece, like chess plate. And I'm really nervous because these little clips, I had a really hard time painting around them with the white, so I don't. It's gonna be like hard work to not mess up all of that, like icy blue white, but also I've got an issue here. I've got an issue. I don't hate guns. I just prefer using these guns. Nice. Nice. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Do you still go to derby matches? We just talked about that actually, and no, no. I took a really big fall last month, and I haven't been skating since. I have to manage my arthritis pretty carefully to play roller derby, and right now it's just not possible. Maybe I could heal up enough to play again, but at the moment, no. All right, I'm gonna try and do this chest plate. We're gonna do our best. We're gonna do our best. I say we like you all are painting it with me. You all are helping me, and giving me the fortitude to do it. Oh, for crying out loud, Tanya. Good enough, silly goose. I see you're repping Raymond Guard. I'm just painting this for somebody else. Yeah. The only Space Marines I have are Space Wolves, and I don't really play them. I haven't played them since like 7th edition. Um, Anytime I bring them out, I'm like, yeah, they're still just kind of not fun for me. Unless I just break my paint. Let's just break the paint, Tanya. Just break it. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick edge highlight here and hopefully not mess it up. Okay. Stressful. Stressful. I think it's looking pretty good so far. There's also like a bazillion little like raven skulls everywhere, which is like the next thing I'm gonna have to do. So that's exciting. I get to go on a raven skull hunt. Like you can't see them because I haven't painted anything on them. There are a ton of them on here. It'll be like an Easter egg hunt. I'm really trying to be careful to like not pull up paint that I've already done, but it's gonna be very difficult on these particular parts to like be touching kind of safe spots and still be anchored enough to do these really teeny tiny little details. Ooh, you're cutting onions. I thought like, oh, the more that I actually cook, because I love cooking, I cook quite a bit. I was like, oh, the more that I actually cut onions, I'm sure like it'll get easier over time. Nope. I am very sensitive to onions. I cry like a little baby every single time that I cook with onions. Tears streaming down my face. Like, I probably should just get a food processor for it. I don't know why I struggled so much with these straps last time, like painting around them. I finally gave up and was like, fine, I'll just touch them up after. And this is much easier than painting around them the first time. Eh, live and learn, I guess. Onions are definitely out to get us, just like pineapple. I love both of those things, though. I love both those things. Guys, I'm so excited for my latest play on video. It's coming out. I hope you all like it. We had so much fun. It's like such a goofy mission. It just like feels like old Warhammer, like editions of the past. And they absolutely hate that we love them. Ah, I see what you mean. They make us pay. I feel like I could just like keep touching this up and touching it up and touching it up all day. And I feel like I should just like move along. Move along, Tanya. These straps are like the least interesting part of this dude. Nathan, of course that's okay. Okay, now I have to do this. I was gonna say Aquila, but modified Aquila. I'm not going to be doing wet blending on this because it has so much texture that I think that I can just get by with painting the details on in layers. Um, but it does require me to touch it up, and that is going to be a bit nerve-wracking. But I think it'll be fine. This will be fine. This is fine. I just wanted to take this moment to thank everybody who stops by. I have not advertised this stream at all anywhere, and mostly because I kind of wanted to do like a soft open and see if I was going to have any like technical difficulties. And you guys still showed up anyway. I'm very excited. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, everybody. I got up extra early today so that I could do some work for Gear Guts. And then I woke up to Shopify being down. So I got up early for nothing, everybody. Yay! But I did have a ton of time to just like drink coffee, relax, make sure that the stream was like working. So that was good. I'll probably just try to start up my stream early like every time, work out all the kinks and stuff. The things seem to be going well. Shh. Shh. Oh, who is this? Hi. Hi, buddy. Let's show everybody your beautiful face, hey? Shall we? Come here. Show everybody your beautiful face. Hi, buddy. Oh, you just want me to scratch your butt? Okay. Come here. Hi, bud. Buddy, come here. Come here. Hi. Mwah. Mwah. Oh, you sweet boy. Everybody loves you. Everybody loves you. Don't knock anything over. Don't knock anything over, my sweet boy. How are you? Give me a kiss. No. Oh, am I friend zoned? Am I friend zoned? Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. All right, people have seen your butt enough. Is it Mr. Lucas the Trickster? Yeah. Lucas the Trickster. He's a nice boy. Cute little dog. I don't know. There's not many people who would say that he's a little dog. You know? He's a big boy. He snuggles me in the morning, and so he's in bed. He presses his entire body up against me, and he is, when he stretches out, he's almost as tall, as long as I am tall. He's a big boy. He is a big boy. He's a good boy. Sometimes. He's the reason why I'm not roller skating, though, so, you know. Still remember when he was just a small pup, just a wee lad. I gotta do a little cleanup here. Just a little teeny little bit I messed up here. Good. Okay. So for this, I'm gonna do the black gray layer, and then I'll probably mix a third layer, maybe do a tiny bit of edge highlighting. We'll see how it goes. It's very detailed, but not super raised detail, so I'm gonna have to just like admit where my limitations are, and this might be a big limitation for me, especially on stream. It's very hard to paint on stream because you got to like make sure you stay kind of like in the frame for everybody. I'm trying to be good for you guys. Oh, whoops. Glad I caught that before I started painting. Just have a big old dollop of white on there. Yeesh. Okay. I know that this isn't like super exciting watching me paint black. It's not a lot of like instant payoff, but I do find black is probably one of the hardest colors to paint for me because you it's like a balancing act between getting highlights and like making it look legitimately gray. It's very difficult for me. Other people might do okay at it, but like for me, it's hard to get it to a point where I like it. Oof. Don't hold your breath, Tanya. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of white to the black gray to make another highlight color here, and then we'll evaluate and see what I want to do after that. Definitely want more highlights on this side. Oh, I think I need a little bit more white here in this mix. Just a little bit more difference, and we'll see how this looks. I think that's better. I'm not going to do every feather either. I'm just placing these where I think these highlights would be. And just a little bit over here, not too much. Because I do feel like this would be a little bit more in the shadow on this side. All right, I'm happy with that. So this is why I think black is like not that exciting and it's very difficult to paint because you still want it to look black, but you got to like kind of give it some definition, but I don't want to push it too much farther than that because then I think I risk making it look gray. So I am going to paint his hair, but I'm not going to do too much on that either because I feel like I don't want it to take away from the work that I've done on his face, which I really like how his face turned out. So I'm just going to do a little bit of layer highlights like outside the cloak. I'm not going to go too crazy with it. I'm just going to do very little. Not going too crazy. That's enough. Don't need to do much more than that. And now I'm going to move over to do this insignia. So for this, I am going to have to do a little bit of wet blending, but I don't think I actually need to do too much. Like a little bit here. I also find that grays, you kind of have to like wait until they dry before you make up your mind if it's like enough or not. I think is fine. I don't think too many people are gonna be like looking hard at this insignia. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of edge highlights on it and then call her dead. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. All the edge highlighting makes me so like nervous. I like most of the really tough stuff is done, so I'm gonna fix that. Just do a bit of cleanup on this. I'm gonna fix this a little bit here. And throw a tiny little edge, like a very subtle edge highlight on here. Alright. Good enough. It's good enough. Alright, so just a quick look. I think I gotta do the handles on his claws, which I'm not gonna do too much on those. I really don't want the emphasis to be there. Because I'm gonna be doing some metallic fun stuff on the claws. So I'm just gonna do just some quick little layers on the handles and then call it done. Whoops. Try not to like nick the blue. Well, you know what? I already did. Cool. Cool then. Good job, Tanya. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start doing the backpack. I'm gonna start at the front here because this stuff's really easy. I'm just gonna go ahead and do, starting from the bottom, just pick out and then I'm gonna go in with just the black gray and then go from the top down. Just get like a bit of a blend in the middle. Good enough. I like writing stories. I just need the inspiration. Nathan, I like that you and I have been writing a lot lately. Actually, I've been writing more than you, but it's been nice to be writing again and to have that inspiration and to just like allow myself to explore ideas and not think too much about what I'm writing for. I'm just writing to write. It's been really nice. And to have somebody to share it with makes it extra nice. Oh no. Oh no. Dang it. Dang it. Me to boo boo. See if I can sop up enough of this water that I can continue on painting this little bit. If not, I'll have to let that water dry and move on to something else. Let's see how this looks like. Now I'm overthinking it. Me overthink it? I would never do something like that. That's stupid. I would never. Never do something like that. What's your inspiration, Nathan, today? Um, Whoops, that one's a bit too thick. Just a bit too thick. I'll just sit up a bit straighter. I feel like I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. God, getting old sucks. When I was younger and just be able to like just paint for hours, and I'm like, oh, I spent 30 minutes. I gotta walk around. Can you hold the handle and frame for like 3 seconds? Yes. How about like that? And hydrate. Thank you, Dan. Look, I can do two things at once. Tell me, tell me if you got it. Here's a prompt for you, Nathan. An inquisitor who adopts a grot because the little git laughs at all of the inquisitor's interrogation techniques. Maybe heresy, but no one will find out, right? Um, I don't write humor very well. I'm just far too serious of a person for that. It's only heresy if you aren't an inquisitor or High Lord Azazi Nathan III. So when I paint, I like to do like the hard to reach areas first. I don't do a lot on them, but I like to do them first so that I'm less likely to like nick them when doing everything else. And it's a generality. Like every model is going to be different, but that's kind of how I approach most models. It's like always considering cleanup after, because I hate doing cleanup after. Like with a passion. Hate it. Worst. Oh, it definitely doesn't have to be funny. Anything with grots, I think, has to be funny, right? I'm like so determined to get all this black done. It is legitimately like my least favorite thing to do in my minis is painting black. So I am motivated to get it done. Your girl's motivated. Okay, I'm gonna work on the top, and then I'm gonna work on all the like the tubes on the back. I think because I actually think most of this is gonna be pretty easy to do. Nice flat panels. Whew. I also gotta sit up straight because I'm starting to get that like neck crick. All right. All right. A little sippy sippy. I don't know any inquisitors. I know sergeants, commissars, rogue traders, plastic surgeons, but no inquisitors yet. Or do I? Unless. All right. I'm just going to do a bit of edge highlighting around the outside, but like nothing too crazy. Just this like circular bit here. And then like the little rivets. And then I think that's going to be it. I don't think I want to do too much more than that. So now I can start doing all these like tubey bits. And like spheres and cylinders for me are like the hardest. They are super difficult. So I normally don't do a super good job on them. I'll do like a bit of a wet blend, but I don't go crazy with it. So, um I'm gonna mix quite a bit of the color that I'm gonna need to wet blend with the lighter gray that I want on top, and then I'm just gonna wet blend it with black, and that'll be good enough. So cylinder at the top, and then I'm gonna start blending a little bit with the black. And then, yeah, I don't know why, but I just have a hard time like getting really good blends on cylinder shapes, so probably just gonna like do super basic and then move along. And then over here, I can put a little more of the gray. And then grab that black. And we'll blend it out. Ooh, more black. And that's why... Meh. That's okay. I can fix this. No problem. No problem. We'll just fix it like that. Done. Done. Kind of wish that I was doing a little bit better job on this wet blend, but I'm not. How am I going to fix this? I think if I just do this, that's fine. A little bit of this. Okay, that I feel okay about. So we'll look at this side. I feel okay about that. That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to do a little bit. I might have to do a bit of cleanup here. Let's have a look. See if I can save it without opening up and putting a bunch of paint in the palette. If I can just save it with a white edge highlight. Yes, I can. Excellent. And I'm gonna have to do a bit of blending here. Whoops, a bit of blending here with like black at the bottom. All right, I'm gonna do some edge highlighting on these little bits. Not too much. Then I can move along. I just find black so boring. Whew. Okay. It's so funny because to me it looks like I've done absolutely nothing, but I've done all of the black, and it's so depressing a day after painting black because you're like, oh, it's backbreaking, and then you look at it and you're like, nobody's gonna notice. Maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe they'll notice. Maybe they'll notice. Oopsies. Nobody's gonna know. Oh, they'll know. I don't know. Most people don't look that close at miniatures, you know? Most people just don't like look close at minis at all. At least not in like the circles that I sort of run around in. Maybe it's more of a thing in like narrative communities, but because I don't have the option of playing that way, um where I currently live, most of like the competitive crowd, they just don't look at your miniatures. Okay. I'm starting to make a lot of mistakes, and usually that means that it's almost time to quit. I'm gonna push through for a little bit longer and see if I can like regain my composure here, but sometimes the body rebels and says, "Girl, you done. Girl, girl." So we'll see what I can claw back here. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. Or maybe it is. Unless. If I can just sort of clean this up a little bit, maybe it'll be passable. I think I'm just going to say that that's good enough. I think that's what I'm going to say. It's good enough. If I can at least get like the top of this done, then next time on stream I can work on all these like little tubes and then start working on this. The end is in sight, you know? We can see it. The end is in sight. And then I can just devote all of my time and energy to my Tyranid army. It's exciting. Yay! It's very exciting. It's been really fun learning how to paint quickly and to learn to just accept that like good enough is good enough. It's been very liberating. Like going back and painting like a bit more try hard like this is super fun too, and it's nice to have different projects where you can kind of explore both ways of doing things. So I'm enjoying having a multitude of projects on the go at once. Okay, let's do some edge highlighting here. Let's do some edge highlighting. Happy little edges. As I make a big boo-boo. Let's see if I can just fix this way. Nope. No, I cannot. I'll go through with some black and fix this up. That's better. All right. So I made a ton of mistakes, but if we look from the top, we can kind of see the different pieces. When we compare it to like the under bit in here, all those tubes are not done and it's just black and you can't really see any detail. Compared to this, you can kind of see all the little bits and pieces. So that's what we're going to be going for underneath, but probably I'm going to keep it a bit darker than up top here. I'm going to do that next stream. I'll probably do the claws next stream, and then maybe the orange bits if I've got enough time to do all that. And that's where I'm going to leave it today because I don't want to make any more mistakes and have to do a ton of cleanup. But I mean, I feel like I did pretty good. I did a majority of all the black that had to be done. So I'm happy. I'm happy with that. We're nearing the end. All I really have to do is those bits that I explained, and then I have to go hunting for raven skulls everywhere. And yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it for today. Let's pop over to this screen. What do I have going on? Next weekend, next Saturday, I'm hoping to have a game with Nathan if he's not busy. So that would be Saturday at 10 a.m. We'll be playing It's Unhinged. It definitely comes with like a content warning for language, but it's really fun. And then the Sunday I have an RTT, so nothing happening on YouTube that day. I'll have an RTT, so 3 rounds at my local game store, and then I will be back Monday to do more painting on this fella, and then working on some videos in the background. They should be fun. I'm not sure when they're coming out, but those should be, I don't know, coming out, I think, at least one this month. And that's going to be it. I would raid, but I guess we don't do that here on YouTube. Nope. Community, other content creators working with that. Bah. We don't work with other content creators. Come on now. But yeah, that's all I have for you. So I hope that you have an amazing rest of your week. I hope that you get to paint some miniatures. And if you don't want to do that, then I hope you get to play some games. And I will see you all next weekend. Okay, bye everybody.